What's up, guys? It is Jay Beebs here, and welcome to the very first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. First Road to Glory that I'm doing on FIFA 22, and honestly, what I'm planning on doing for the rest of FIFA 22. If you guys have been following along with the channel, you know that I do a lot of career mode series that I never finish. In fact, I just finished a career mode series that I am, in fact, not going to finish. So, going back to Road to Glories, I like the way it works because the way that I do it, each episode is half a year, 6 months. So that way, I stop, I play some games, I enjoy that experience, but at the same time, I get to build the team, get to see the team progress, see how things change, and, it's nice and quick. It doesn't drag on. And I get to try a bunch of crazy stuff. After this, it's going to be a bunch of Creative Club stuff. And then it's going to go, I'm thinking of doing like a Creative Club idea, and then just a regular Road to Glory. Just kind of keeping that, little progress going that way. You guys get to enjoy everything you want to enjoy. With that being said, let's hop right into this. So, Barrow. Down in EFL League 2, they're not the greatest of teams. I think they're the third worst team. I did Road to Glory with them on FIFA 21 that I never finished, so that's why I chose them. Plus, they're very nice uniforms. Board expectations are pretty easy, pretty simple. And hopefully, things just kind of go well, So the team that I'm going to be using, we're playing a simple 4-2-2-2. Farming is going to be in goal. Platt and Ellis are the center backs. Hutton and Bruh, outside backs. Banks and Jones are the two defensive mids. Devitt and Gotts are the attacking mids. And Gordon and Zanzala up top. Very good formation, hopefully. I don't really know what works with FIFA 22 yet. Very new to the game. Still trying to figure things out. Been watching a bunch of stuff, and from what I've gathered from playing and watching is I need at least one defensive mid, probably two defensive mids to help that back line. And going forward, you just need to score the chances that you get. So obviously, Road to Glories. This is not a one season thing. I'm not buying for now. I'm buying for 4 or 5 seasons from now. And that is all starting with Konaya Boyce Clark. Young goalkeeper from Reading, bought him 59 overall, 970,000. 18 years old is the key. Dynamic potential, should be able to make this guy a world-class goalkeeper, and I fully expect him to be, and I'm probably even going to start him right away. Dynamic potential, get him playing, get the results. Let's get that overall up quickly. Same goes for CD Jota, Norwegian striker I bought from a Norwegian club. I can't remember the name. Well, I remember what it looks like, no clue how to pronounce it. 580,000. He's very quick. He's not the tallest, but he's very quick. So I'm thinking, pair him up with, kind of like an all-around striker. If we stick with this formation, let him get in behind and the other striker kind of do some of the passing, the hold-up play, and hopefully he can just run in behind the defense and score every chance he gets. If that's how our team scores, that's how our team scores. If not, he's also a decent dribbler. Maybe he's the one that's dropping off, creating opportunities for the other striker. So I really like his versatility and what I can do with him with a little bit of tinkering. Josh K is a left wingback / striker. Don't know how in the world you have that combination, but I've decided to sell him to Domok FC for 1.15 million. We get 775 million in the bank. And Josh Lillis will be departing the club. He's going to Wuhan FC for 155,000. And with the money from those two players, I was able to buy this man, Tierno Barrow, Austrian attacking mid, 760,000 I bought him for, 19 years old, and he has, I think, 78 or 77 potential. He's very quick and he's very good dribbler. Exactly what I want from one of those attacking mid spots. He's not starting caliber quite yet because we already do have two very good attacking mids. But thinking ahead, thinking maybe even later in the season, he could easily be the starter. And let's see what happens with dynamic potential. So I've also decided to sell our former starting striker, Zanzala. He's going to Brook Bet for 1 million. I have different plans for the striker position, so I just decided to offload him. Youth scouts are obviously extremely important in any Road to Glory, which is why I'm buying one. 3-star scout is going to England for 9 months. Again, this early on, we're not looking for any specifics. It's just, let's see what good players we can get, and then build a team from there. And we are starting off very first league game at Stevenage. And this is how the team is lining up. We are in that 4-2-2-2. Boyce Clark is in goal, Platt, Ellis are the center backs, Hutton and Bruh outside backs, Banks and Beedling defensive mids, DeVitt, Gotts attacking mid, and Gordon and Williams are the strike force. And here are the highlights from our very first ever game. So yeah, 4-1 loss is not how you want to start off your managerial campaign. Things definitely could have gone better, should have gone better, but again, I'm still trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, how to play, how not to play. And again, the team is young, team is improving. So try not to overreact, but at the same time, don't want to underreact. So this is not an overreaction, okay? I had this planned. I wanted to bring him in. I was just waiting for the funds and finding the right players. I wanted to bring in another center back to pair with our other center back, Platt, as Ellis is like 33 years old, and that player will be Andrew Barrow, Venezuelan center back. Bought him for $770,000. Good value for, I think, what should be a key defensive stud for us. He's left-footed as well. That definitely helps. Now we have a left-footed center back, right-footed center back. Things are going perfectly. And Vera is just the icing on the cake. So James Jones has been sold to Ostersunds FK for $370,000. He was never going to play. He had no chance, so might as well get him out now, get some money for him. Same goes for Kagosi Nilth. He's going to Bristol Rovers, our fellow team, also in our division, but he shouldn't help the team out, so I don't mind doing that. Dimitri C. If you are a Barrow fan or you know of Barrow, he is a very good, young, promising striker, but I have decided to sell him to Halmstad's BK. See, because my thinking was, obviously I brought in Jota, I would prefer him to succeed over C, and with our formation, I just don't think C would work, because obviously if I have to choose between one of the two younger players, I'm choosing C. But at the same time, Williams, one of our other strikers, he's having a very good season, he's looking very good and very promising. So I don't want to get rid of him, and I devalue, do I want to keep the good Williams now, or the young C? Decided, you know what, let's get rid of C, we already have another young promising striker, let's bring him in, let's keep him, and C, unfortunately you're gone. In the EFL Cup, we did lose 3-1 to Spurs. I didn't play this game because obviously we did not stand a chance. So I got another youth scout just because I have the money, nothing really else to do, don't have any players I want to bring in, like the squad. Is a 3-star, 2-star scout going to Wales for 9 months. Again, we're just looking for players. But looky what we have here. FA Cup action against Leyton Orient. And the team is a little bit different. The backline defensive mids are the same, but Barrow will be getting his first start of the season, pairing him up with Gotts, two very good young attacking mids who like the way things are going to be going. Aim, Williams, and Gordon are the strike force. I think this team has a very good chance of winning, and let's find out in these highlights. So I mean, I honestly thought we had a chance, and obviously it was close, but conceded a last minute goal. That's not exactly the way you want to lose as well. So this is a building block. It's a moral victory, but a physical loss. But I mean, as a manager, you gotta learn. You gotta know. You have to know when you played well, when you didn't play well. I think we played well. I think we just got pretty unlucky with the result. So another one of the reasons why DeVitt was not starting that game is because I have been looking to sell him. Barrow will be taking over his spot as a full-time starter, and I've decided to sell DeVitt to Burgos CF over in Spain, $480,000. So I mean, pretty good bit of transfers by me, but yeah, Barrow is a certified starter now. And we got some bad news also from that game. Matthew Platt has broken his elbow. He's going to be out for 7 weeks. That is a huge loss. He's one of our starting center backs, a very good young center back. But this is why I did sign Barrow, because we need him to be playing well. We need him. Really, this season is rotational purposes, but next season to be a starter. But depth is key. So in the league, we are currently sitting in 16th. But if you've done EFL League 2s, Stevenage and us could end up finishing 4th and 5th at the end of the season. You truly have no clue on who's a promotion, who's going to try to go for a playoff spot, and who's just going to settle for mid-table or lower table mediocrity. You don't really know, I'd say, until the last 10 games, because even then, if a team goes on a run, they could jump up the standings. One of the things I like about League 2, you never know until it's pretty much over. So, second half of the season, we could perform exceptionally well. We could potentially get promoted, or we just continue this run of form we're on, and nothing really happens. So yeah, guys, that is the first episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Next episode will be coming out tomorrow. Each episode will be coming out day after day until obviously the series ends, and then the next series will start. So I think not exactly the greatest of starts. We got the players that we wanted, which is the key for this first season. I'm gonna be honest, heading into this, I wasn't planning on getting promoted. I don't know if we will. But I do know that we got all the players that I wanted to get. And hopefully, if I know we're not going to get promoted in the second half of the season, I will just play all the young players to get those dynamic potentials up. So it's a pretty good spot to be in. I don't know what I'm going to do, but what I do know is what you should do is you should subscribe if you enjoyed, so you can see the rest of the episodes. I would say watch some of my other content, but if you're watching this the day it came out, chances are there's not another series out. But if you're watching this back a month or two later, check out some of my other stuff. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is JBeebs signing off. What is going on, guys? I am JBeebs, and you are about to embark on what could potentially be the last ever episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Last episode, we made it to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Today, we have a chance to win the Champions League and the series and officially call ourselves the best team in the world. Now, it's going to be a long journey, and that is not the only thing that we're going to be doing. We still have our Premier League season to go. The FA Cup is still a thing. So, while the main emphasis will be on the Champions League, there's still a whole lot of stuff to worry about. And honestly, I like it this way. So, if you guys have been following along the series, you'll know I don't normally show you when players return from loan, because I think it's pretty irrelevant. But this man, Alex Tavares, if you remember, at this point 2 years ago, so what would be the beginning of episode 14, I decided to loan Tavares out because I brought in Gelhardt to be our starting striker. And I let him go. I sent him on a 2-year loan move to Real Betis. Now, immediately after that, I regretted that, because I had switched him, I had this entire plan, I switched him from his normal right wing position to that striker spot. Sent him out on loan, he immediately became an 82 overall. And he has now grown to a 92 overall. So while he was out on loan, he went up technically 10 overall. He is now one of the best strikers in the world at 22 years old. We brought him up from the youth academy. This is storyline purposes and just player career purposes. I think this is exactly how you want to do it. You come up through the ranks, you play good, you go out on loan, you rediscover yourself in a brand new position. You come back to one of the youngest, hottest teams in the league, in the world, and you are now considered one of the best players in the world. So obviously, he's going to be starting for us, and I think, I talked about it last episode, I might need to bring in a new striker. I don't think we need to anymore. So, again, life still happens. We still have a full entire club to manage. Manik will be going on a short loan move to Watford for the rest of the year. Ivan Boyko has been sold to FC Lugano. I won Manager of the Month for January. Basim Smajli will be sold to Elche CF. Nick Jones is going to Boca Juniors in Argentina. And obviously the Champions League knockout stages are happening. In the first leg against Napoli, we beat them 2-1. In the second leg, we drew the game 1-1, meaning that we are advancing on aggregate. I was considering about playing Napoli because they have one of our players on loan there, but he was not starting, so I couldn't do that. In the next stage, we drew against PSG. Obviously, they're an insanely good team. We drew the first leg 2-2. And obviously, I have to play the next leg. We don't have an advantage. We lose, we're out. And this is the team that we are going with. Boyce Clark is the keeper. Upamecano and Nacio are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids. Schaefer and Somers on the wing. Barrow is the attacking mid. And the man turning from loan, Tavares, is the man up top. Here are the highlights.
Well, visionary passing. Well, fantastic reflex action. Now, do they mean business on this occasion? Surely. Well, it could be on for him here. Can he find the net? In it goes! The advantage is with PSG. Well, a joy to watch. And this time it's... Is it going to be? And there it is!
So we were able to get a 4-1 win, which means we will be advancing on aggregate 6-3. We are continuing our Champions League journey. We definitely should have won this game. I don't know how good PSG are in relation to some of the other teams, but if they are still one of the best teams in Europe, this is a very promising sign. We also, in the next round, drew Bayern Munich. We drew them 2-2. And just like PSG, gotta play that second leg. We're hosting them at Holger Street. The lineup is the exact same, and hopefully so is the result. Here are the highlights.
Well, that pass easy on the eye. It's gone in! So they want to make this move count. Oh, could be. In it! And attempting the through ball. Oh, yeah! Well, they might be onto something. And there is the goal!
Literally the exact same. Another 4-1 victory, which means again we are advancing on aggregate 6-3. So now we've taken down PSG, Bayern Munich, and Napoli. I don't know what teams are left, but I do know. I think we might be the best team in the world. And we got to prove that we're the best team in England. We're at Wembley for the FA Cup final against Liverpool. We definitely have had the easier journey. We faced Leicester. They're a very good side, but then we faced Wolves and Bournemouth. Liverpool had Man City and then Chelsea. So we had the easier journey, but I think no matter what journey we have, it would be easier. And here's the team for us. 4-3-1 as always. Same lineup as always. You know it's going to be an easy win for us. Liverpool are playing their 4-3-3. They do have a very good side. They got Bellingham, Arnold, they got Luke Shaw still, they got Jimenez, Alisson, Chiesa, Jota, Orizabal. They got a very good team. However, will they be able to beat us? Here are the highlights.
Surely! Oh, and it goes! Now a decent position. Can he finish this? Oh, there it is! Well, it could be on for him here. Is it going to be? Oh, yeah! Can he find the net? Oh! Oh, he's gone for goal. Chance maybe. Tremendous ball played through and darting through. There it is, and he can...
I couldn't even show you guys the full highlights, but we won at 9-1. Okay, we won the FA Cup 9-1. What a final! What a victory! First time we won the FA Cup. So, it's surprising it took this long, but just kind of luck of the draw. We got at least one trophy this season. So Matthias Schaefer has torn his MCL. He is going to be out for the next 3 months. That happens in late May, which means he will most likely miss the Champions League final. And of course, it's at Wembley. This is essentially a home game for us as we are facing off against Inter Milan. Inter Milan, they had to face Leverkusen. They're not that good of a team. what is Atalanta? We smoked them. Leipzig, we stole one of their best defenders. I mean, we faced Napoli, PSG, and Bayern Munich. So we definitely had the harder journey here. Let's hope it pays off. Inter are playing a 3-1-4-2. They got Renato Sanchez in there. They got Reina and Kubo on the wings. They got Moise Kean at striker. Koundé, their right center back, was a player that I was looking to bring in before I went with Ignacio. Van der Voort's in goal. This is a decent team. I think, I mean, especially with their formation, we should easily exploit them, especially with how much we use our wingers getting in behind. Their back three is going to be so far stretched out. Then Tavares and Barrow will just have hours of time in there. And here is the starting lineup. Boyce Clark is in goal. Upamecano and Ignacio are the center backs. Alvarez and Schwab, outside backs. Otero, Ashworth, defensive mids. The back seven is the exact same. Then, obviously, Schaefer is out with an injury, so Andrews is having to replace him. So it's Andrews and Somers on the wings. Barrow attacking mid. Tavares, the leading man. Here are the highlights from the Champions League final.
This is it, the Champions League final. They are underway. Who will be crowned club kings of Europe? A good and fair challenge. And that puts them in position. Well, now in a dangerous position. Oh, there's the goal! Luis Felipe. Now Ferrari. Kolo Muani. And Keane. Surely! Oh, the equaliser! Reina has it. Moise Keane. Still level here, but the pressure escalating. He takes aim. Oh, there it is! Reina has it. Mohamed Kudus. Attacking possibilities. It's a good-looking ball in behind. And he's done it! So the ball is running again at 2-2. Now can they make something happen? Can they forge ahead? They do! And you've got to see... Well, we'll find out a lot about Inter's attitude in the aftermath of that concession. Promising attack, this. A glorious chance. And there it is! A two-goal cushion now! Here's Renato Sanchez. Mohamed Kudus. And Keane. And can they prize them open now? I think I spoke too soon. Wasn't the best of passes finally. Chances on. A goal! It's with Alvarez. Upamecano. Good work to win it back high up the pitch. He could pick out a teammate. Oh, big opportunity. It's gone in. It's a good Inter move in the making. Far from a good pass. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Can they keep it going? And cutting inside. Oh, and it goes! Sensational! Renato Sanchez. An authoritative challenge. 20 minutes to go in this one. Showing a real will to win the ball. Counter-attacking, very much an option. All hands on deck. Oh, good strike! And still danger here. And in the second time of asking, it's...
Just look at the emotions out there. Joy and relief on one side, despair and heartache on the other. But we've got the right winners here. They fully deserved it.
Here we go. The Champions League winners.
Well, this is what they wanted. What a moment for these.
So in a competition that is usually quite dull and quite boring, we brought the excitement, destroyed them. And we are now Champions League winners. We are UEFA Champions League champions. We beat Inter Milan. I mean, I hate to say it, but that will be the end of the series. Obviously, we're going to finish out the season, recap things, but this is the last episode. We have completed the quest. The entire goal of this journey was to win the Champions League. We were able to do so. We dominated. And now, we will eventually be moving on to our next target. In the Premier League, we did only finish in third. But again, it does not matter. FA Cup, we won 9-1. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the semifinals by penalties. We won the Super Cup 3-1. And of course, the Champions League final, 8-3. I mean, I think as a neutral, that probably had to be the most entertaining Champions League final in a very long time. 8-3. I mean, 11 goals in the Champions League final. I don't know if that's ever been done. But what a game, what a performance. Boyce, Clark, Upamecano, Ashworth, Somers, Alvarez, Schwab appeared in like literally every single game. Barrow had 44 goals this year. Somers had 22. Tavares had 17 in 26 games. Very impressive. Somers led the team in assists with 18. Barrow had 13. Schaefer had 12. I mean, just look at this team. Look at this team. Barrow is a 95 overall. He's the best player in the world. We signed him as just a little teenager from Austria, and I turned him into the best player in the world. Tavares, I mean, developing from the youth academy. I mean, he started off as a young Brazilian winger, and again, he went out on loan. He became a striker. He became one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. Boyce Clark, our goalkeeper. There was a lot of shaky moments. He made a couple of really stupid mistakes. I wasn't really sure if I was going to keep him for this entire series, but dynamic potential obviously helped so much. He played so well for us throughout the journey of this. Upamecano, I think, was in the latter stages of this series, was the most important signing I ever made. I mean, he purely solidified that back line. He really helped us out. And then Ashworth, another youth academy player that, I mean, has just been growing and improving ever since we got him, signed him up, trusted him, got him, made sure that when he was really bad, got him a little bit of rotation time. And Somers, I mean, free agent. I love signing some free agents, especially at this point in the journey. Signed him up. He played so well for us. Alvarez improved so much from when we got him. He was just he stole Hutton's spot, and he's so big, fast, and strong. Perfect at right back. Inacio was really another thing that went with Upamecano. A good, solid center back pairing. Really helped carry the defense. Otero, free agent. His role was kind of mixed around from center mid to defensive mid at times, but really solidified himself this season. Schaefer was brilliant. Unfortunately, he was hurt, could not play in the final game. Gilhart did his role. Whenever I signed him, did exactly what I wanted from him. Braun just never had a really chance to develop. I mean, he was behind the best player in the world at that attacking mid spot. When he played, he was good, but he didn't play that much because obviously you want the best player on the pitch playing at all times. Schwab at that outside back position. I was really skeptical at the beginning of him being there. He wasn't increasing in overall that much, but eventually figured it out. Andrews, we signed. He was a left back. He was not that great of a left back. Switched him to a left mid, then left wing. Obviously, in the Champions League final, he came in. He did his job. It was amazing. Meyer, that center back spot, it's just unfortunate that this season we brought in those 2 good players, but I think, next, if he had played this entire season, probably could have been a key player for us, but I really wanted to win this year. Herrero, I mean, he was out on loan for this season, but when he was playing for us, he was very key, very vital, and honestly helped me use the 4-3-3 false 9 that we used whenever we first came up to the Prem. Kiss, really, really unfortunate he didn't really fully develop into the player that I wanted him to. Really only wanted him to develop because, kiss of death. But, I mean, not going to take anything away from him. He was very good for us, made very crucial appearances. Manic, it was just one of those players I felt like I was always sitting out on loan, just never really solidified himself. Obviously, he's behind many, many great attacking mids. That happens a lot, especially with these teams, these Road to Glories. You get a overload of really young players that one spot. You don't want to move them just in case. If I'd switched to a 4-2-3-1 narrow, I had 3 attacking mids, then he would fit in perfectly. Diogo Duarte, the Brazilian striker. From the Youth Academy, I wanted to use him a lot. And, I say that a lot, but I really, really did want to use him. I think different time, different journey, he probably would have been a really key player for us. The young Maldini, signed him as a free agent. He was a free agent for like a year and a half. Then I eventually decided to sign him. He was out on loan pretty much his entire time with us, but I mean, when you have a chance to have a Maldini on your team, you take it. Cool was just a very good rotation left back. Made a pretty decent amount of appearances. When he needed to come off the bench, he did. Colin at that right mid spot progressed way quicker than I thought anyone else would have. He was eventually joined the team as a center mid. Switched him to that right mid spot and he soared. CD Jota might be my biggest regret from this series. I really wanted him to be a key player for us, but he just wasn't growing quickly enough. So I did have to eventually move on from him, send him out on loan. Did not want to sell him just because I was hoping something would change. And the rest of the players aren't really that significant except for this man, Matthew Platt. The only original Barrow player left on this team. I mean, he played for us for a very long time. I mean, up to the championship, he was a starting center back for us. But then once he made the jump to the Premier League, just wasn't good enough. And then obviously kept him around as a backup. It's always nice to keep one original player, but yeah, really liked having him. And that is the end of this series. The Barrow Road to Glory is over. Next video that I post out will be a Borussia Dortmund 2 Road to Glory. Taking over the second team of Borussia Dortmund. Gonna lead them to be the better Borussia Dortmund, as well as winning the Champions League as well. And plus, since I'm rambling, might as well tell you guys some other stuff. I am working on a Real Sociedad B Road to Glory, an AS Nancy Road to Glory, Hogsund Road to Glory over in Norway, Arges Road to Glory over in Romania, a Wimbledon Road to Glory in EFL League 1, and then from there, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I'm going to do. But yeah, it's going to be big. I really, really hope you guys did enjoy watching. Subscribe if you aren't. Check out those new series. I can also tell you in December, I will be going at least 2 videos, maybe even 3 videos a day. So things will ramp up. Hope to keep that pace for quite some time. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off.